All right, if you're learning Japanese, you know what I'm about to talk about. Particles. They can feel like this huge, messy puzzle, can't they? Well, today we're going to sort through that puzzle box and start putting the pieces together one by one.
And if you've ever had that exact thought, you are so not alone. That feeling is probably one of the biggest hurdles for learners. But that's exactly what we're going to clear up today. By the end of this, you're going to have a super clear idea of how these little guys work.
So here's our game plan. We're going to cover the particles for what, where, direction, and when. And then we'll put it all together to build some sentences. Think of it like we're adding 4 essential tools to your Japanese grammar toolkit.
First up, let's grab our first tool. This is the particle o. Now, a quick heads up, it's written W-O, but you just pronounce it O. Super simple, and its whole job is to tell you the what of the sentence.
So, how does that work? Just think of O as a big spotlight. It shines right on whatever is receiving the action from the verb. If you drink something, O shines on the drink. If you read something, it shines on the book. It's really that straightforward.
And what's awesome is how predictable the sentence structure is. You have your subject, then the object with O attached right to it, and the verb always comes at the end. Once you get this pattern down, you'll start seeing it everywhere.
Okay, let's see it in the wild. I drink coffee. What's being drunk? The coffee. So we say, kohi o. Next, Mary eats bread. The bread is the object, so it's pang o. And for Takeshi watching TV, same deal, terebi o. See that pattern? It just clicks right into place.
Awesome! Tool number 1 is in the bag. Let's move on to our next one, the particle de. And if O told us what, this little particle de is all about telling us where an action happens.
So yeah, wal answers what. De answers the question, where did this happen? It's not about where you're going, we'll get to that. It's about the location, the stage where the action is actually happening.
And here's the good news. The structure is just as clean and predictable as before. You just name the place, pop de right after it, and bam, you've set the scene for whatever is about to happen.
For example, I read books in the library. The location is the library, so toshokan de. The children play in the park. Where do they play? In the park. Koren de. Mr. Yamada works at a company. You guessed it, kaisha de. See how de just locks the action to a location? Okay, so we know what and where. But what about when we're actually moving somewhere? For that, we need our next set of tools, the particles ni and he. And oh, another quick pronunciation tip. The particle hit is actually pronounced e.
So, the main job for both of these is to mark your destination. They point to where you're headed. Now, are there some tiny nuance differences? Sure, for really advanced speakers. But honestly, for now, when you're using verbs of movement like go or return, just think of them as interchangeable. Seriously, don't sweat it.
So check these out. We've got verbs of movement here. I go to school, gakko ni ikimasu. Mary will go to Japan. Nihon e ikimasu. And Takeshi returns home, uchi ni kaerimasu. In each case, the particle is just like a big arrow pointing to the destination.
So yeah, key takeaway here, when you're talking about where you're going, both ni and he get the job done. They're basically twins in this situation. Just pick one and you're good to go.
But wait, there's a plot twist. The particle ni is a bit of an overachiever. It's a multi-tool. It doesn't just show you the direction, it also tells us when something happens.
Now the key word here is specific. Ni is for pinpointing an exact moment. We're talking about things like 7 o'clock, or on Sunday, or on a specific date. It's the tool you use to stick a pin in the calendar for your action.
For instance, I get up at 7 is shichiji ni. We go shopping on Sunday becomes nichiyobi ni. Mr. Yamada has a meeting on Monday? You got it, getsuyobi ni. Notice how ni just latches right on to the specific time word every single time.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how do I tell which job ni is doing? Well, it's all about context, and it's easier than it sounds. If you see a verb about movement, like go or return, then ni is answering where to. But if you see it attached to a time word with pretty much any other kind of action, it's answering when.
All right, our toolkit is officially loaded. You've got the tools, you know what they do, so now it's time to actually use them. Let's build some sentences. You ready?
Okay, first challenge. I eat an apple. Take a second and think about it. What is being eaten here?
What's the direct object, and which particle do we use to mark that?
And there we go. 私はリンゴを食べます. The apple or ringo is the what that you're eating, so it gets the particle o. Fantastic job.
All right, let's try one more. I study at school. Okay, new question for this one. Where is the action happening? Which particle do we use to set the location for an action?
That's it. 私は学校で勉強します. The action is happening at school, so we have to use the particle de. See? You're doing it. You're building sentences.
So you see, these particles aren't just random, confusing little pieces after all. They are very specific tools for very specific jobs, and they're tools you now know how to use. So the only real question left is, now that you can describe the what, where, when, and where to, what's the first thing in your world that you're going to describe in Japanese?